For centuries, humanity looked at the sky and wondered what secrets were hiding beyond our world. But in the last few decades, one nation transformed curiosity into capability. While the rest of the planet watched, American engineers, scientists, and visionaries built machines powerful enough to look back in time itself. And recently, one of those machines did exactly that. Using NASA's most advanced space telescope, the United States pointed its eyes toward the ancient universe and discovered something that should not exist. A cosmic object so massive, so bright, and so early in time that every known model of physics says it should be impossible. Yet there it was, quietly glowing across billions of years of darkness, waiting for America to find it. When NASA launched the James Webb Space Telescope, it wasn't just another satellite. It was the most ambitious astronomical instrument ever created. Designed to see deeper, farther, and earlier than anything before it, Webb was built to reveal the first chapters of cosmic history. Its mission was simple in words, but monumental in practice. Look back more than 13 billion years to a time when the universe was still young, chaotic, and barely forming its first stars and galaxies. And when Webb finally opened its golden mirrors and began scanning the sky, it delivered more than beautiful images. It delivered a shock. In one of its early deep field observations, NASA scientists noticed a strange source of light. At first glance, it looked like a distant galaxy, but something was wrong. It was far too bright for its age. According to everything astronomers understand, objects that early in the universe should still be small, fragile, and undeveloped. The cosmos simply hadn't had enough time to build something so massive. And yet this object shone with the intensity of billions of suns. It was as if the universe skipped several steps in its own evolution, and NASA had caught it in the act. To understand why this is disturbing, we need to understand how stars normally form. After the Big Bang, the universe was filled with mostly hydrogen and helium. Gravity slowly pulled these gases together into clouds. Over millions of years, the densest regions collapsed, heating up until nuclear fusion ignited. That process creates a star. But fusion also creates pressure, pushing outward and limiting how large a star can become. In simple terms, gravity tries to crush a star, while fusion tries to blow it apart. That balance places a natural cap on size. Even the largest stars we know today follow those rules. But NASA's discovery doesn't follow those rules. This object appears to be enormous, unbelievably luminous, and present at a time when the universe was still in its infancy. It's like finding a skyscraper in a village that was supposed to be made of tents. Either our timeline of cosmic evolution is wrong, or something much stranger happened in the early universe. Some scientists believe this object might be an ultra-massive primordial star. Others suspect it could be a young galaxy, hiding a monster black hole at its core, feeding so aggressively that it outshines everything around it. Either explanation forces physics to bend in uncomfortable ways. What makes this discovery especially powerful is not just what was found, but who found it. The James Webb Space Telescope is a triumph of American leadership in science. Thousands of engineers across the United States worked for decades to design mirrors precise to nanometers, instruments cooled near absolute zero, and a deployment system so complex it had over 300 single points of failure. When Webb unfolded perfectly in space, it wasn't luck, it was American engineering at its best. And now that same machine is rewriting humanity's understanding of the universe. As NASA analyzed the data, they realized this object existed only a few 100 million years after the Big Bang. That's shockingly early. In cosmic terms, the universe was still learning how to walk. And yet, this star-like structure was already sprinting. If it truly is a massive star, then it suggests that early cosmic environments allowed matter to collapse far faster than previously believed.
Dark matter halos may have concentrated gas so efficiently that gigantic stars were forced into existence. These ancient giants may have burned hotter, brighter, and shorter than anything we see today. There is also a darker possibility. This object could be powered by a black hole embedded inside a newborn galaxy. In that case, the light we see isn't just from stars, but from matter being ripped apart as it spirals into a gravitational abyss. When black holes feed, they don't eat quietly. Gas accelerates to near light speed, heats to millions of degrees, and releases enormous radiation. If such a black hole formed extremely early, it could explain how supermassive black holes appeared so fast in cosmic history. NASA's discovery might be showing us the seeds of the monsters that now sit at the centers of our galaxies, including our own Milky Way. What makes this moment historic is that for the first time, humanity isn't guessing blindly. America's telescopes are actually watching the early universe in real time. Webb doesn't just take pictures, it analyzes light, breaking it into spectra that reveal temperature, composition, motion, and age. Every photon captured by NASA's instruments carries information older than Earth itself. And those photons are telling a story we didn't expect. Across the world, scientists in Europe, Asia, and beyond reacted with amazement. Papers began circulating, debates ignited, and models were suddenly outdated. Observatories that once set the standard now follow where NASA leads. This is how scientific revolutions begin. One strange observation, one impossible object, one discovery that forces humanity to rewrite its own textbooks. But beyond the equations and data, there is something deeper here. For thousands of years, humans looked up and wondered what came before us. Now, for the first time, a nation has built eyes powerful enough to actually see the universe being born. The United States didn't just launch a telescope, it launched a time machine. And with it, America is uncovering chapters of reality no civilization has ever read before. NASA's discovery of a star that should not exist is not just about astronomy. It's about exploration, leadership, and curiosity on a cosmic scale. It reminds us that the universe still holds surprises and that progress belongs to those bold enough to look where no one else can. Somewhere out there, across billions of years of darkness, ancient light traveled through space waiting for a receiver. And it was America's instruments that finally caught it. And as Webb continues to stare deeper into the abyss, one thing is certain. If the universe has more impossible secrets hiding in the dark, NASA will be the one to find them.